الله وبركاته.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name
Hi.
is Dr. Muhammad Abul Khair. I'm here trying to introduce Professor Hussein Omar and Professor Bidero Morgado for our evening webinar titled A New Era for Treating Anxiety in 2021. And we are happy to be talking about the launch of a new anti-anxiety medication, Sedoxil Mixazolam. And Mixazolam is made by Bayal, which is one of the leading pharmaceutical company in Portugal. It is the #1 pharma company in Portugal that is established by a physician who happened to be a neurologist and neuroscientist. And he dedicated all his life to doing research in neuroscience and bringing a new and innovative product in neuroscience. Their products are sold in the US and in Europe as a brand in new molecular entities. And Pharma, in collaboration with Bayal, brought Sedoxil to UAE as one of the first country in the MENA region to launch this product. And with us, two key opinion leader in psychiatry, Dr. Hussein Omar, who is a psychiatrist consultant, trained and practiced psychiatry in the UK in 3 major hospitals, who is also a certified in psychopharmacology, and now is the leading physician at the British Neurology and Psychiatry Medical Center in Abu Dhabi. And he will be introducing our guest speaker, Dr. Bidero Morgado, who is a professor at the School of Medicine at the University of Minhao. So thank you for all joining us today. And I will leave the floor to Dr. Hussein Omar to take on and share this seminar. Thank you.
Let's start with question number 1. And the question number 1 is, and I hope people will be able to obviously write their answers in the chatter box, and we have a voucher, the person with the most answers. What was the first benzodiazepine to be discovered ever? Obviously, we'll give like 30 seconds for the question, and then we move to the second question. Right, I can see obviously lots of answers coming through: Valium, lorazepam, chlordiazepoxide, Librium, which is obviously chlordiazepoxide as well. So we will leave the answers at the end. So we'll go now to the question number 2. And question number 2 is, in what year was Valium or diazepam was discovered and marketed? Yeah, so the question number 2 is about diazepam, because it's obviously one of the most commonly prescribed benzodiazepines. So does anyone know when it was discovered or manufactured and marketed in the as a benzodiazepine or as an anxiolytic? So obviously we're getting some answers: 59, 63, and then 60s, 70s, 71. Right. Let's move on to the third question. And the third question is, so far since the first benzodiazepine, which we will reveal later on, was discovered in 1955, how many benzodiazepines have been known or manufactured so far? I'm not asking about the ones in current clinical practice. I'm talking about the vast number of benzodiazepines which have been since the mid-50s up until now has been manufactured and used. Obviously, a lot of them are not currently used, but what was the total number of all benzodiazepines? Right. So you're getting 12, 20. Guys, we're talking about all benzodiazepines since inception in 1955. So we need to look at much higher numbers. Right. So now the fourth and last question is about the number of benzodiazepine prescriptions in the USA. Does anyone know how many benzodiazepine prescriptions was issued in the USA in 2020? obviously it's in millions. So how many millions? How many million prescriptions of benzodiazepines in the USA in the year 2020? So 30 to 40 million, 25 million, and then 65 to 66, 65. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. I think we have to bring it to an end now because we are short of time. So very quickly, the answers, we will reveal the answers now, and a member of the team will go through the answers, and whoever got the most questions right, then they will receive our little prize. So the first question is about the first benzodiazepines discovered, that was chlordiazepoxide, also known as Librium, and that was in 1955. Valium, or that's the second question, Valium or diazepam was discovered in 1963. The number of benzodiazepines which have been used so far and discovered and used, obviously many of them now are out of use or unavailable, but the total number is 1,000. It's a staggering 1,000. The last question is, how many prescriptions in the USA for the year 2020? And the answer is 69 million. 69 million. Thank you very much, everyone. And now I will leave the floor to Professor Morgado